please get me to 500 subscribers. Let's see what's 500. Let's see how far we can go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're welcome. Please don't make it to the last. Kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified whenever I drop a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel and thank you for sticking around with me. So in today's video, I want to talk to the nursing mothers on how to increase breast milk supply. And if you are not even a nursing mother, you can watch in advance, and if you're a father, you can watch for the mother. If you are a guy, you can watch in advance for your wife. Okay, so if that sounds like what you want to know, let's dive right into the video. The first thing to do to increase breast milk supply is breastfeed more often. Breastfeed as much as you can and let your baby decide on when to stop. Don't be the one to interrupt your baby, and this is because when your baby suckles on your breast, the hormones that trigger the breast to produce milk is released. This mechanism is called the let-down reflex. Let-down reflex is where the muscle in your breast contracts and move the milk through the duct. This happens shortly after your baby starts breastfeeding. And now when your baby starts breastfeeding and the let-down reflex is about to occur and you just interrupt baby, you are telling your body not to produce more milk. The more you breastfeed, the more milk your breast produces. Now don't worry if your breast is not producing milk as often as you breastfeed. It will produce milk, you just have to keep breastfeeding. The second one is pump between feeding. Now I'm not saying you should pump when you're breastfeeding your baby, but you can pump when these three things happen. The first one is when your baby is asleep. For instance, if you're supposed to breastfeed him or by 2 p.m. and he or she is asleep, you can use that opportunity to pump. If you feel there is milk in your breast, you can use that opportunity to pump it. And another one is if your baby takes formula. Now, I'm strictly on exclusive breastfeeding, but even at that, you can still breastfeed after 6 months, you understand, and by then your baby start taking food and formula. But when you notice your baby takes formula and he or she is not ready to suck, you can use that opportunity to pump. Okay, the third one is breastfeeding from both sides. Breastfeed from the right and also from the left. When you notice the milk is let down in the right breast, you can switch to the left breast. Don't just say, no, he has been taking this one since, let me just switch to this one. Let your baby be the one to stop for you to change it. Because I talked about breastfeeding in one of my videos. I'm going to leave the link right here. When I talked about the fore milk, the end milk, the one that will come out is not as fatty and as nutritious as the one that will come out in the middle. Okay, now when your baby is taking the first one and the one that contains more fat and more nutritious is not even out already, maybe the baby is just taking the first set and you already switch to the second one, the baby is still going to take the second set. Okay, it's not going to contain the fat that it's supposed to contain, and you are even telling your body not to produce more milk, because when you start switching, when the breast is supposed to produce quantity, you already switch to another side, and when that one is also supposed to produce quantity, the baby is filled. Okay, now breastfeed from both sides, but if you are going to breastfeed from both sides, make sure it's your baby that stops breastfeeding or you feel it is empty before you switch to another one. Do not skip feeding or give formula. I told you the other time that I'm very strict on exclusive breastfeeding. Like, I've just seen like 2 people that literally practice exclusive breastfeeding. This Nigeria, people will tell you that don't follow everything they tell you in the hospital. Like, why won't you give your baby water? Why won't you give your baby like some mentality? And they will not start relating that to, okay, what if the mother is no more? What if, like, some crazy scenarios? I digress, but you have to skip formula for some time. You have to give your baby breast milk. Your breast milk is more nutritious than anything you can give your baby especially the first 6 months. Now, when you are giving your baby formula or you are skipping meals, you are skipping feeding, that means you are telling your you're telling your body not to produce enough milk. If you are even giving your baby formula, you should pump in the process. You should not just, okay, what's the formula now? Kilo tunku, what's the Cerelac, kilo tunku. You should pump in the process to enhance your production. Stimulate your breast. Learning how to stimulate your breast by hand can be very, very useful. Many moms prefer this to pumping because it is less expensive. Like, you just need to be experienced and it takes time compared to pumping. And this takes me to the next point, which is if you can't use your hand or you find it difficult or you are in a place where you can't just get to use your hand, get a breast pump. Now, if you don't feel okay using your hand, you can get a breast pump, but either you use your hand or a breast pump, just make sure you are pumping. That's it. You don't have any job, just make sure you are pumping because it helps to enhance your body. It helps to tell your body, come on, wake up, you're doing something. Okay, so either use your hand or use a breast pump. Just make sure you are pumping in the process and you are telling your body to produce more milk, because the more you empty your breast, the more milk you produce. Hold off on pacifier. Now, aside the fact that pacifier kind of have this way of restructuring the tooth and you are not going to know until the tooth start coming out, you should not introduce pacifier in the early stage, because when the baby gets used to it, he or she is not going to pay attention to the breast. Make sure your breast milk supply is established before introducing any form of pacifier or any form of formula. If your baby is used to pacifier or your baby likes taking pacifier, make sure you switch it to your breast whenever he or she wants to take it. And when your breast milk supply is established, you can now start giving pacifier. Don't let the baby control you. You know what is good for the baby, not the baby knowing what is good for him or her. Eat well. Remember, you're not eating for yourself alone. You are eating for yourself and you're eating for your baby. Now, you are eating for yourself to stay fit, to quench hunger, for your normal body functioning, and you are also eating for your baby, for the breast to produce milk. When you are breastfeeding, you have to take balanced diet and milk boosters like oatmeal. Also, make sure you rest. I know new moms, being a new mom can be very stressful and hectic, but no matter what, you just have to rest so the body can gather itself and enhance milk production. If you don't have a way to rest, once the baby takes a nap, don't say you want to use the opportunity to wash clothes. Use the opportunity to take a nap too. Your body is not firewood, okay? Avoid anything that can decrease milk supply. Alcohol, drinking, and birth control pills. Now, aside the fact that alcohol can decrease your milk production and smoking, you are breastfeeding for Christ's sake. And anything you take is what your baby takes. Smoking contains carcinogens, that is element that can cause cancer. If you're even risking your life, must you risk your baby's life? If you don't love this life, at least you've given birth to that baby. Let the baby enjoy life. If you want to go, go. Okay, I was only joking, but this can affect your baby's head because you are not only taking it, your baby is taking anything you eat from the breast. The last one is evaluate your baby lash. When your baby is not lashing properly, he or she will not be able to remove milk. And when he or she is not able to remove milk, you will not feel comfortable. Have you seen moms begging babies that please come and suck this breast? So ensure your baby is lashing properly. When your baby is lashing correctly and draining milk from your breast, this tells the body to produce more milk. And if you don't know how to do this, talk to your doctor. That's basically all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel. Get 2,500 subscribers. Like, comment, share. I have a video talking about breastfeeding. I'm going to leave the links right here. Get in touch with all my previous videos. Follow me on all my social media accounts. The links are in the description box. And see you in my next one. Bye.